In the Netflix era of doing Marvel shows, remember they had Daredevil, Punisher, The Defenders, and one of them, of course, was Luke Cage. And the Netflix era of Marvel shows was a little hit and miss. I mean, obviously you had things like Punisher and Daredevil. You had some questionable things like The Defenders. I personally wasn't a big fan of Jessica Jones. I wanted to like it. I like the character though, but I didn't really like it so much. But then you have Luke Cage. And Luke Cage is one of their shows where the first half of season 1 of Luke Cage, I thought was fantastic. We had, of course, Mahershala Ali in there as Cottonmouth. And that first half of that first season, I thought was great.
Yep.
But then after Mahershala Ali left the show, I'm not saying it's because he left the show. I'm just saying it just so happens right around that time, the second half of season 1, to me, went downhill really fast.
Yeah.
And became almost unwatchable. Then they did a second season, and it didn't pick it back up.
No, it had really silly moments.
Yeah, and it had some good moments, by the way. There were a couple of episodes that had some moments I really quite liked, but overall, it was just kind of a disappointment. But one thing that was not shaken, Mike Coulter, that handsome son of a bitch, he was great as the character.
Oh, yeah, he played the role perfectly.
Oh, he was a wonderful Luke Cage. Now, with all these Netflix guys coming over to the MCU now, of course, we have Charlie Cox, John Bernthal. We heard that, Kristen Ritter, who played Jessica Jones, is now coming over. The one kind of obvious omission of all that was Mike Coulter as Luke Cage.
Mm-hmm.
And he had even said before that, he wasn't interested and he wasn't coming back. Well, guess what? Just like your favorite band, he's now singing a new tune. Because in a recent interview, Mike Coulter said this about maybe coming back to play Luke Cage in the MCU this time. He said, listen, I will say this. I've had conversations. The actor stated, I would tell people no because I actually was like, when it wrapped, talking about Luke Cage, I loved playing Luke Cage, but I also just love acting. I love doing different things. Despite his prior hesitation to revive the role, Coulter noted that he loves Marvel fans and the series world. So listen, this is a huge about face. Going from, hey, listen, I love playing Luke Cage, but I'm now looking forward to doing other things in my career. I'm leaving that character behind. I loved it, but I'm leaving it behind and moving on to new things.
And he's been busy. He's been doing that.
Oh yeah, like he's had that series Evil that's been running forever.
Mm-hmm. Amongst other things. Yeah.
And amongst other things, he's a terrific actor. And again, just one handsome son of a bitch. Look at that guy. Makes me jealous. Makes me angry at the universe. When one guy takes too much good looks, it takes it away from the rest of us. But anyway, that being said, he was a wonderful Luke Cage. You know what this reminds me of, Jonathan?
What's that?
It reminds me about, go back a few years, Robert Downey Jr. being on, who's the shock jock on Sirius FM?
Stern or something?
Stern, yeah, he was on Howard Stern. And he basically, I'm paraphrasing, but basically said, it was the best part of my career, but I am done, being in Marvel movies and I'm done. That time is now done.
And then Dr. Dolittle happened.
And I said for years, from the day Endgame ended, I said, Robert Downey Jr. will be back. You watch. Maybe not this year, maybe not next year, maybe not in 3 years, but he'll be back. I guarantee it. But he said that. But then you might remember, like about 2 months prior to the Comic-Con where they announced Robert Downey Jr. was coming back, and this time was going to be playing Dr. Doom, he did another interview in which he said his tune totally changed.
Right. He
He was like, you know what? I find myself really missing Tony and missing that world. It was the best part of my career. I'd never had more fun. If they ever came up with something really good, I'd be open to it.
Which they had already
Which they clearly already
way
done.
in advance. They had already known. Yeah.
They already knew it.
He was planting seeds.
But I'm just saying that situation, while not as stark, no pun intended.
There you go.
While not as stark, this kind of reminds me a little bit of that. Like going from a year or two ago, Coulter saying, yeah, not for me, to going, well, you know what? I've had conversations. I do love this fan base and I love this world.
Yeah.
I think it's just imminent now.
I wouldn't be shocked if this Comic-Con, he walks out on stage in Hall H.
You know, not as big as a pop of Robert Downey Jr. coming on stage.
But still a part of something with Daredevil or whatever.
100%.
Yeah.
I think before summer.
Because I think he already knows something.
Yeah, before summer, whether it's at Comic-Con or not.
Yeah.
I think before the end of summer, I should say. Not before summer, but before the end of summer. Before August, ends, we're going to hear that Mike Coulter is coming.
Or we're going to find out he's in Brand New Day in some way. I don't know.
Yeah, although that would be a tough one to
tough.
keep under wraps.
Yeah.
But yeah, maybe he shot something already. He's definitely not in Avengers or anything like that. But I expect we'll see him back here soon. And you know what? I, for one, welcome our Luke Cagean overlord.
As do
back.
I.
I would love to see him back as Luke Cage. Anyway, guys, question is for you. What do you think about this? Luke Cage himself, Mike Coulter, is spilling that, yeah, I've already had conversations, and is now speaking much more warmly about the possibilities of coming back, which is a stark difference to what he was saying like a little over a year ago. Whatever you guys think about it, jump down to the comment section below and let us know your thoughts. Hey guys, thanks so much for watching this video. Make sure you like the video, leave a comment, and subscribe to our channel. And don't forget, we have a daily podcast called the John Campea Show podcast, available on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or your favorite podcasting app of choice. Go and subscribe to it today so it'll be there when you need it.